Whew. So Ardeo Red are 2-0 up in this best of 5 versus mCon. This is the Storm Swords EU League Grand Finals between the two titans of their group. mCon drawing with Suicide Solution. I keep calling them Suicide Squad. With Suicide Solution in their game between each other, and in fact meaning that they draw for the #1 spot. Ardeo Red break the Nexus as the other group finalists 2-0 in their best of 2. So it meant that Ardeo Red haven't dropped a map this tournament. They still haven't dropped a map this tournament. Can mCon take the first one off of them? We'll find out in this Infernal Shrines. This is game number 3 between the two. Thrall the first ban out. Immediately they don't want to face him. They've seen how good Ardeo Red is with him, and they're like, no, we're getting rid of him straight away. Ardeo Red then ban out the Rhaegar. They still think that, they still obviously prioritising saying, look, Rhaegar is strong. He's just a healer we don't want to have to go against. Which means mCon can quite happily pick up the Zagara. If they had banned out the Zagara, we quite likely would have seen Ardeo Red. If Ardeo Red banned out the Zagara, we could have quite likely seen an mCon Rhaegar. Not the case. Ardeo Red, though, hovering over that Diablo that they've used so well. They don't have the Thrall, so they are considering not locking in the Diablo potentially. No, they do eventually pick him up, resetting that time as they go for their second pick. Now, Falstad is still in. He's still high priority. Greymane does a huge amount of damage. I'm actually just going to have a quick look at the stats. Greymane, again, highest hero damage in the game. He did almost double highest hero damage on the side of Ardeo Red there. Jaina with almost 40k and Greymane with almost 65. I say almost double. He did a huge amount, like far more than people give Greymane credit for. And Ardeo Red, they're actually going to pick up the Jaina. They like that assassin. She does good. She does a lot of good damage. Makes a lot of sense. So we'll see mCon most likely go with their Greymane here. They're very consistent with that pick. And we may even see them pick up the Kharazim support here. I would like to see in the next ban phase they ban out the Brightwing, force Ardeo Red to potentially go the healer that they're not so comfortable with, like a Lili, Malfurion, Uther, that sort of person. So they do pick up the Greymane as predicted, and they're going to grab that tank, the Johanna. I like that. It means that Ardeo Red don't get the huge control that they could get out of a Diablo Johanna lineup. And it also means that Ardeo Red have to they can either consider out. They get the next 2 picks after this ban phase, so they have to consider banning out a support, or they consider like banning out one of the supports they don't want to go against, and then picking up their Brightwing, which is what they do. They grabbed Kharazim. mCon, I would love to see the Brightwing ban out here. Ardeo Red banning out the Kharazim basically says to them that would say to mCon, Ardeo Red going, look, we're going to pick up Brightwing again. We don't want you to have a healer that's comfortable or good at all. So, have fun. mCon, I would like to see that, like I said, that Brightwing ban out. Other bans potentially see a Lunara, even like a Reyna ban. I'm trying to think of other good assassins. Falstad's still not been touched this draft. Not so good on Infernal Shrines, but not bad either. Kel'Thas is quite good on Infernal Shrines, so could even see Kel'Thas thought about or touched during this game. Ardeo Red's next 2 picks are most likely, if Brightwing doesn't get banned out here, the Brightwing and something else. Maybe the ETC, because ETC is still in. And they've been liking their double warrior. I know it's been double warrior with Thrall, but we could just see that then. We're going to actually ban out the ETC, so mCon not going for that support. Maybe they want to pick it up, but I think Ardeo Red... Oh my god, we're going to have a Cho'Gall! Yes! I love this so much. They're picking up that Cho'Gall. They have to pick them at the same time, which is what they've done. And on Infernal Shrines, I mean, it's a 3-lane map. It would work better on Battlefield of Eternity, or Blackheart's Bay even. But, I don't know, Cho'Gall, we've seen him a chunk recently in Enter the Storm and things like that, and I'm so happy to see him here. I really want to see the power, but they don't really have a healer that works well with him, unless they pick up the Uther. And mCon, they're going to go for the immediate counter pick of the Leoric. They may even go with an Anubarak as well. No, they would. Well, so they could have gone with Anubarak as well, But Leoric's such a good counter to Cho'Gall because of the Drain Hope damage. And we're going to have Lieutenant Morales as the healer picked up here for mCon. I completely forgot about that support. Like, I think that's a complete kind of deny pick for Ardeo Red. And that would have been a support they would have quite liked to pick up. With the Cho'Gall, not going to be the case though, as they really need to think about what their support's going to be. I think Malfurion is the best choice remaining in the pool. Either that or Lili. I don't think Brightman would work well here. I don't think a solo support Tassadar or Tyrande would work well. And they are going to go with that Malfurion. That makes a lot of sense to me. And yeah. This is an amazing draft. I love this. This is on Infernal Shrines. This is game 3. We're going to have Cho'Gall coming out from Ardeo Red. They are 2-0 up. They can do this. They can go, look, we've been practicing with our Cho'Gall. We don't know if we're comfortable enough with it yet, but we're 2 games up, so what the hell? And I love it. I love it. And mCon, those last 2 picks to me were so smart. Lieutenant Morales on a Cho'Gall is just terrifying. Like, you can't kill Cho'Gall in that case. That's 2 heroes you physically cannot kill. But mCon, they also pick up that Morales as a deny pick, which I love. As well as the fact she's a solid support. And Leoric, that Drain Hope, is just going to do so much work. And I think that mCon have a stronger draft here. I think finally they have a stronger draft. Ardeo Red, that Cho'Gall, not able to pick it up as the last 2 picks, having to pick it up in that second to last pick phase of theirs, meant that mCon could grab some counters. I think I would have liked to see Ardeo Red not ban out the Kharazim and instead ban out the Leoric. But that may have been too much of a tell for mCon. Who would potentially then ban out the Kharazim themselves. But yeah, this is great. I love this so much. This is exciting. Cho'Gall, this is game 3, so I'm going to update the title. There you go. Title has been updated to game 3. Once it decides to update, because, you know, Twitch has been broken recently. Boom! So, finally, as you can still see, drafts are up. We've got Cho'Gall, and this is, Fluffy Milky and Patamat. They've been practicing this. I'm actually going to quickly just scooch over to this. Look at that. They've been practicing. They've got the skin variation colour on this. They know what they're doing. This is exciting. Like I said, I think Ardeo Red, they're not too sure how well they can play this competitively, but they've got this strategy up their sleeve, and they're 2-0 up, so they feel comfortable enough to try and risk it out potentially. And yeah, that's what they're doing. I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are as well. I think mCon have a stronger draft. I think they counterpicked really well at the end there. But I don't know if they have enough damage to take out that Cho'Gall. I don't. They've got a double warrior lineup. Yes, Leoric will do huge work against it, but they don't really have like a auto attack hero, like a tank killing hero. So we'll see how it goes. Getting into it though, loading screen for Infernal Shrines. This is going to be game 3 of the best of 5. 2 up for Ardeo Red against mCon. I'm excited. We have Cho'Gall. First time I've cast a competitive Cho'Gall game ever. It's not the first, obviously, competitive Cho'Gall game whatsoever, because he's good. He's favoured in. He's favoured somewhat by some teams in the NA, and even in Europe. Like a chunk of teams love him in Europe. But yeah. So I do apologise for the background noise going on. But we're going to have Infernal Shrines almost loaded. As we get into the game, I'll introduce the teams here. Come on, load. Why am I not loaded? There we go. Everyone's loaded. So, Better Pro. Come on, Potato. mCon, the blue team here on the left. We are going to have Praedin spawning and team captain on that Morales support player, Philibert on the Johanna. Solid SMD playing the Zagara. Semi-Azaz on that Leoric. And Archu playing that Circus Greymane, as we've seen him every game so far. We're going to have on the red team Ardeo Red, Benapro playing that Malfurion Jarflip. on the Jaina. mCon on Diablo, as we've seen every single game. We have Cho, team captain, in control of the Cho'Gall. Patamat, team captain, in control of the Cho'Gall there, playing that Cho. And Fluffy Milky, with his terrible internet, had to reset his router playing that Gall. So we'll see what he can do. It's a 4v5 sort of, carrying that horse. And solid SMD on that. Zagara she's been caught out here. She's going to die. Zagara's gone. No way she's surviving this, or is she? Yes, she managed to get away through the smoke. Just about getting away. The Morales is going for the heal, and we're going to have the Jaina actually as the first blood. The Greymane doing enough. He's rooted at the moment, but yeah, the Morales coming through and saving out the Zagara. I have no idea how she survived, but she did. Leoric falling low, doing a lot of damage to the Cho'Gall, taking him to half health, but first blood goes the way of mCon as the Jaina falls, and off to a strong start. Both tanks, Johanna and Diablo, heading down to his bottom lane. Soak this. We've got Leoric versus the Cho'Gall. Doing so much work here. Morales is going to start to run out of mana soon. He needs to not channel the whole way, because going to run out. And finally in this mid lane, Greymane is going to be doing what he can up against Jaina. I believe Malfurion should move up to his top lane and just help heal up. Pat Wolke. That's the Cho'Gall here. I love the names that you get here. So we've got Patlkey throwing out those bombs. Not clearing up the creep quite there. There we go. Malfurion finally cleaning it up. We may even see Endless Creep be taken here for the Zagara, because it would just really help with the cleanup. But Cho'Gall can clean it up far too efficiently. As can Malfurion, in fact. So this is fine here. Morales going with that trauma trigger, as predicted, or rather as expected, as we have interesting show talent here. No, Spurdon would make it, yeah, no, Spurdon is what we tend to see. First Shrine spawns, it's going to be a Mortar Punisher, and the Guardians are being cleaned up pretty equally so far. Really want to see Cho'Gall do this and have the Malfurion soaking up in the top lane, but nobody's soaking bottom. We have a small experience advantage for mCon, as Johanna and Leoric are actually really good at just clearing up these minions, so may have even seen the Leoric pick up. Anyway, Pradium falling really low on the Morales. Is going to use the damage reduction. Diablo might be able to pick him up though. He's going to get clipped by that last little bounce from the Cho'Gall. Not quite falling. Diablo falling really low though. The Guardian's doing a lot of damage. Johanna there for the control, and he's going to fall. So another kill in favour of mCon, as the Guardians are actually mostly in Ardeo Red's favour. Jaina doing a lot of cover damage, plus the Leoric is, plus the Cho'Gall are able to do a lot as well. Equal now. As we get into the 30s, the last 10 going to be taken. This is where it gets close. 33-32. mCon look like they're going to win this. They've got a small experience advantage. They've got these small stat numbers. The Jaina Blizzard coming through. Only 2 will need to be taken for mCon to get this last Punisher. But it's going to go in favour of Ardeo Red. They were too busy chasing the Jaina to kill her off with the Leoric Drain Hope on her. And that's a first Punisher in favour of, like I said, Ardeo Red. So mCon losing the Leoric, finally gonna drop a kill. Zagara drawing that Punisher over the wall. Gonna pay with her life. Solid SMD, not quite appreciating the damage of the Punisher here. And Leoric spawning back up. Able to do some damage. Punisher's not going to get too much done. It doesn't take out the tower. They lose one of the towers in that middle lane. Cho'Gall taking the siege camp, and this was really smart by Cho'Gall. As soon as he took out the siege camp, he threw out his orb, so siege camp started attacking this. They're actually going to lose vision, so they don't continue to. But Cho'Gall going around and doing some jungling. As in fact, we do see Ardeo Red focusing on these siege camps, these mercenary camps around the map. Scar and Greymane not quite able to spot out the Cho'Gall and to try and contest this bottom siege camp in time. Johanna does spot the Bruiser camp being taken here, but is going to have to back off as Malfurion is back up there, as is the Jaina. Gets off the trait. The slows are coming out. We're going to see the Shadow Chuck potentially overpower. No, mCon ignoring the Johanna, saying, look, it's not worth the kill. They're slightly behind on experience, but not by too much. We do have a fight happening bottom here. Cho'Gall falling low. The overpower on Morales. Diablo really good for focusing her out. Not able to pick her up, as we're going to have Diablo fall really low. and in fact die. The Greymane in that Worgen form doing so much damage. Plus Leoric's really good as a counter tank. Not only does he counter Cho'Gall, but Diablo, who notoriously has a lot of health, falls quite quickly to him as well. That Drain Hope does so much work. I actually just want to bring up the damage charts here. Yeah, look, Leoric's done more than the Greymane at this point. So much damage on him. Gonna get the short Wraith Walk off. Still take the full Blizzard damage though, so not quite mitigating that as he goes up to the top lane to clean out this this Bruiser camp. Second shrine spawns. It's going to be Frozen, is it? It's not quite chosen what it's going to be yet. As we have Zagara escaping the gank. Malfurion looking to pick this up. No, she's going to escape the gank. Oh, is she? We're not going to have the Shadow Charge. Muka maybe not quite watching that. It's going to be a Frozen Punisher. Lyric's still not cleaned up this this Fallen Shaman, having a real trouble doing so. Needs one more right click. Archie finally on that Greymane, able to do so. A little bit of an engagement happening here. 4v3 or 5v3 on this bottom. So in this middle section. As some of the Guardians gonna start to get picked up here by mCon, who have yet again they've got this tiny experience advantage, and that's it. Semi-Azaz though on the Leoric falling low. He's gonna have to Wraithwalk his way out. Cho'Gall in the front line. Oh, he is surrounded by 5 heroes of mCon. Gonna be able to run his way out with that speed boost he gets from Gall Z, plus using his fist to push himself out. Just going to quickly roll back. We've got a Blazing Bolt, but I am hurrying. Really, really good there. Yep, just being kept basically full by the Morales. Greymane getting topped up before she focuses on the Leoric. Actually taking a lot of damage here. Is not going to quite take that second row of Blizzard damage as he does get the short Wraithwalk off to safety. Diablo doing a lot of damage and actually body blocking out the Leoric as he does fall. Morales going to end up falling as well. Cho'Gall hasn't taken any damage this engagement. In fact, he's just going to keep going. He might end up picking up the Greymane for this. The disengage comes out, able to save him out, so he doesn't fall. Johanna going to clean up the Jaina, is he? No, slows too much from the Jaina's frost damage. As level 10 is in fact hit. A half level advantage here for Ardeo Red. The choke will come down with the twisting nether. Gonna do enough to kill him out, to kill out the Johanna. Gonna have Hammer of Twilight as well. So 2 of the less taken ultimates heroics here for Cho'Gall. As mCon, there's a disadvantage. They're not going to get this second Punisher. They don't have 10. Well, they've not got 10. They finally pick it up. Devouring more out from the Zagara. Obviously the stim pack for the Morales. Would have liked to see the Medevac, but not going to be the case. Entomb for Leoric. Going to keep somebody locked in. Probably the Cho'Gall going to be the primary target here. Obviously the Blessed Shield, and then finally that go for the throat. I think this wouldn't have been a bad game for March for the kill up against a Cho'Gall. We have no damage amplification possible on the side of mCon. As the fight's happening here, we're going to have Tranquility. That Malfurion is going to run out soon. Devouring more, landing on 2, doing a good job to cover the retreat. The Overpower getting on the Greymane. He does get hit by that initial Apocalypse. Entomb landing on 2, not really doing too much as Morales is having to run her way out here. She may end up falling to the Cho'Gall, who is really putting pressure on. Yeah, there goes the Morales to the Cho'Gall. Leoric's caught himself against 3. He might end up falling as well. The Diablo slapping him down. The slows from the Jaina too much and gonna fall as well. So mCon losing yet another fight. They lost their fort in top. But this isn't a game. This isn't a map where the objective pushes really hard, so they're not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. Infernal Shrines can quite often be long games. So good retreat out here from Patilki on that Cho'Gall. Have a quick look at the damage charts here. Look how much damage Cho's done. He's just been able to do what he wants all game long. Got the Edge of Madness out from there. Bombs away. Typical talents we're seeing out from Cho's these days, from Galls these days. Cho not necessarily taking the most common ones, but not taking bad ones. Rollback doesn't tend to be hugely favoured, but it's still very common. I mean, it's probably the most common talent to take at that tier, but competitively not hugely favoured. So we have this next shrine is going to be spawning any moment now. I'm voting it's bottom. Because, you know... No, it's going to happen in middle. Damn it, I was going to say middle and then I went bottom. This is most likely an Arcane Punisher. As we've had Mortar for the first one and Frozen for the second one. Although occasionally there's been a bit of a weird one where it's been been a cycle of the 3. So we'll see what happens here. We're going to have a really, really good Entomb landing on the Malfurion. Going to block him out. The Tranquility is off cooldown though, so he pops it. Johanna and the Leoric taking a lot of damage. There goes the Twisting Nether. Going to blow it up pretty quickly. Not get the full charge of it, but it means that Morales is going to get cleaned up at the start of the fight. The Hammer of Twilight knocking the Johanna and the Leoric back. They both go unstoppable to try and dodge out the Apocalypse. They do so. The Molten Block coming out of the Cho'Gall, going to keep him alive. Absolutely. Philibert falling to the last right click of the Malfurion there. Muko on that Diablo taking so much damage, but he's not going to get picked up, and they're in fact going to kill up the Leoric as well. Ardeo Red winning yet another fight. mCon. They're 2-0 down. They can't lose this game. Otherwise, they've lost this best of 5 series. It is going to be the Arcane Punisher, so it hasn't gone for the weird thing. This Bruiser Camp was actually taken in top here. At putting pressure, and it's going to take a tower, if not... the tower and the gate in the top lane if that hadn't been taken out earlier. I do forget, I don't believe either of those had quite been taken. You're going to have to respond to that, clean that up, and that means the first Guardians are going to go to Ardeo Red, who have a level lead. They do. They have a level lead, they've got Cho'Gall, and the Entomb landing on the Malfurion again. He's not able to be picked up again. The Tranquility still on cooldown for 20 seconds. Going to have Cho'Gall just nail out that Zagara. She's taking so much damage. Not able to be picked up quite yet. The stuns on the Morales going to stop the healing beam. Zagara does survive, but the Leoric's going to be the first kill. Greymane doing what he can. He's got the Stim Drone on him, but he's going to end up falling. Philibert on that Johanna going to fall as well. Morales gets picked up by the Diablo and the Cho'Gall. Zagara gets overpowered in, and she's going to die. That's a 5-for-1 in favour of Ardeo Red, who get these last few Guardians needed for the third Punisher of the game. Third Punisher spawns. The Arcane is going to come in. They'll probably look to try and take a keep with this, and they might not get the full keep, but they'll get a lot of damage. Leoric spawns up in a rough spot. He's going to unstoppable his way to the gate. Not quite able to get overpowered there as the Hammer of Twilight doesn't disrupt him enough. It actually pushed him out of the Diablo's reach. Oh, there go the overpower onto the Leoric. The Punisher actually jumped over for him, and Semi-Azaz on the Leoric might end up falling here. He doesn't quite dodge out the fire wave coming out from Diablo, and he does die. Keep under pressure now. Jumps onto the Johanna, who does unstoppable herself. Try and mitigate some of that. Punisher falling low quickly, but this keeps at half health. It's going to fall. The Arcane Beam's doing a lot of work. Jaina Blizzard covering the area. The Cho'Gall goes in. The Twisting Nether's coming down. Activate it nice and early. Getting a lot of damage done. The Zagara's going to fall, as is Johanna. There's just way too much damage coming out of Patal Ilki. Flawlessly played Cho'Gall so far. The Morales not able to keep anyone on her team alive. The Leoric is back up there, but the Core's taking damage. The Punisher finally falls. Diablo falling low. It is going to get picked up here. There he goes. The Apocalypse come down. The Entomb is in. Greymane jumping in with the Stim Drone. Leoric fell. 58% on the Core. Cho'Gall finally dies to the Greymane, doing so much damage. The Malfurion probably going to end up being killed here, as Greymane's chase is pretty strong. Doing just so much damage here. Diablo not able to save out his healing buddy. And mCon, they may be able to fight their way into this. They finally pick up level 16, so they're not that talent point down anymore. But they are full level still. They're not going to get 20 first if the game continues this way. Oh, big lag spike there, so I do apologise for that. We're going to have the Siege Camp, the Bruiser Camp taken up in top lane for mCon, who now are all alive, and they're not really capitalising on this. They need to look to push or take down a fort, but not able to, and the only reason they were able to take any of that fight is because they were fighting on the Core. The Core did so much damage to the Diablo, picked him off relatively nice and early, and yeah, their Core actually fell to 57%, so I'm worried for mCon whether or not they can come back into this. There's no there's no Mule out from the Morales. She's gone with Cleanse, which makes a lot of sense against the Diablo, but it's not really doing, and the Roots of Malfurion, it's not really doing enough though. Seen it a few times land, but still doesn't stop our team from dying. 20 kills in favour of Ardeo Red, 10 onto mCon, so there's a 10 kill difference. mCon need to double the amount of kills they've got at the moment to catch up to Ardeo Red. As we do have a pause. Not too sure what's going on. Goal's lagging. So again, Fluffy Milky with his terrible internet. I keep telling you. Is this Shrine's going to spawn bottom? It will be a molten. A mortar, most likely. As we've gone through mortar, arcane. Mortar, frozen, arcane. So it might be mortar again. But like I said, I've been seeing this random one where it's gone through a cycle and then it started the cycle to random one again. So we'll see. We could have a double arcane. Might have just been a small bug, but game gets underway. It's probably really good for mCon that Ghoul's lagging, as he is a huge amount of their damage. There we go. Jane is actually doing really, really good work to keep up with the Ghoul, and I don't know how mCon are going to come back into this. I mean, we've seen. Oh, they're going for it. They're going for a base. They're going for base. They're just going for it. mCon need to back up straight away, but they can't. Oh no, they've not activated the shrines. The Guardians haven't spawned yet. They have to get back here. They are. They're going to start this fight. There's Zagaramore landing on 3. That's so big. They're going to be able to pick up the Cho'Gall, and this the Molten Block coming down. Apocalypse covering this. Core's fallen to 20%. 25%. The Twilight Dream. Oh my god, everything's happening. I've lost control of the camera. They pick up all 5 of them. 1% on the core. Holy Jesus, mCon hanging on by a thread. Jeez, that's so close. I lost control of everything there. All the ultimates came out. The only one that didn't come out was our Twilight Hammer. It may have come out right at the start of that, but that would have been all they needed to finish off the fight. The shield's coming back up. The Punisher's going to be taken by the Leoric and Leoric only. They're just looking to take out the fort with the lowest health, which they're going to do. They're going to push straight for potentially the keep wall, because we might just get another 5-man all in there. Just sneak around through the bushes and go and take this. And mCon, they're fighting for their survival here. They're 2-0 down. This is a best of 5. If Ardeo Red win this with 1% left on the core, then they lose. I'm actually just see how much health in total once the shield's finished recharging, because the shield is 7,000. They're going to take a keep. The only heroic that's not up at the moment is that. Oh no, the shield is far more than that because of the scaling. The shield is currently 10,000. So, oh, we get a disengage coming on here. The Leoric is the only person not there. I want to find out the core's health. Come on, core. Come on, shield. 30 health. Sorry, 200. Yeah, no, it is 30 health. 30 health is what the core has. With the scaling, it is gone up a little bit now, but jeez, that's terrifying. We're about to get the Morales and the Johanna getting caught out a little bit here. Cho'Gall's just going for it. He's just running in. He might be able to take the shields. He uses his twisting nether already, and Archu on that Greymane falling really low. The Molten Block coming out and saving out the Cho'Gall. The Greymane's really low. He can't contest this. Jane is going to pick him up. Although the Ice Block coming down, he's not able to pick it up. The shield's still on the core. We've got the Leoric falling, as is will the Johanna most likely. She's getting healed up by the Morales, doing a lot of work. Cho'Gall not able to pick him off. Diablo having to retreat because he's really, really low health. The Greymane's going to potentially get taken out by Malfurion Roots. Not quite, as the Cho'Gall does end up getting picked up, and Fluffy Milky did actually just DC for that, a bit of that fight. Diablo backing off to get full health. Malfurion looking to try and take this keep, is going to do so. This is a lot of pressure onto mCon, who have to look for something here. Diablo had to back up because the Punisher's on the core here. mCon might win this game. Diablo, he should be able to defend up against the Punisher here with the core helping, but mCon, they're looking to go in. The Leoric's on the defense right now because the catapults are pushing in middle and top. That's only 1% on the core, and they're going to rip through that quickly. In fact, the Punisher's still alive, takes a cooldown to 53%, as we're going to have Cho'Gall still dead. The Malfurion ends up getting picked up by the Greymane. Diablo's going to die as well. mCon pushing through 1% on the core. They finish out this game, taking it to a game number 4. Holy Jesus, that is a... Oh my lord, that was a game. GG, well played. Holy hell. Oh... They do double their kills though. As I said earlier, mCon needed to. Jeez, I'm so stressed out from that. mCon giving me a heart attack. They take it to a game number 4. It's 2-1 in favour of Ardeo Red. Cho'Gall, it worked for them, but just not quite. 1%. Oh, jeez. Oh, that was intense. I need to start the next draft soon. Oh, my lord. Okay, so I'm going to get this next draft up. Send it out to everyone. These are the talents. mCon just about managed to Ugh. Just about managed to overtake them and get that 21st. Boom. So, Team 2 get first pick, which is Ardeo Red. Select map manually. We're going to have... What is the map? Towers of Doom. Oh. Guys, just stab. As I'm going to go to the Storm Swords. We're going to take off the draft here. I'm going to send this to both the team captains. I got a hashtag easy game from Brayden, team captain of mCon. Oh my lord, know how to cut it close much. I just can't get over that 1%.